Welcome to End episode 2, where we talk about the beautiful game. Name's Pablo, so without further ado, let's talk soccer. Let's do it. International break is coming to end. EPL, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, they resume play. So this weekend, there's going to be some great matches, guys, especially in the English Premier League, which a lot of people consider the best league in the world. And I'm pretty sure everyone knows why they say that. Unlike the French league where PSG dominates, unlike Italy where Juventus has obviously dominated these past years, and unlike La Liga where you have the best team in Europe, the world, Real Madrid, compete against obviously Barcelona, and once in a while Atletico Madrid tries to spoil the party. But the English Premier League is considered one, if not the best league in the world, just because honestly you have more than one team that could win it, and that honestly makes it a great league. Great games to be played, and a lot of games in different leagues that are gonna be great. So the international break ends, so get ready this weekend. Very good games. South American qualifiers kicked off for the FIFA World Cup. So Road to Qatar 2022 has officially kicked off for South America. So let's start there. Let's assume the World Cup qualifiers for South America ended this week. Let's assume that. So which means the following teams would qualify. And for those who don't know, there's 10 countries that play for 3 automatic spots to the World Cup, and the 4th place team out of the 10 play a playoff. It's kind of funny to say a playoff, but in Spanish it's called repechaje. So the 4th place team plays a repechaje, which is a playoff. So let's assume the World Cup qualifiers ended for South America. We would have Brazil, Argentina, and Los Cafeteros, Colombia, making it straight, booking their tickets straight to Qatar. And the surprise would be Paraguay, playing the playoff against the Oceania team. And that would be something great for Paraguay. They didn't make the World Cup 2 years ago. Brazil, Argentina, and Colombia made it last World Cup, and there's no surprise there. I think there's not going to be any surprises there. I think Brazil, Argentina, and Colombia will book their ticket to Qatar, and always up for grabs, the 4th place. Strongly, I think Uruguay will make it. Chile is actually in 7th place, and hey, I laugh, to be honest with you, because they've dominated South America for quite some time with their golden generation. Obviously having Vidal in his prime, Alexis Sanchez, and a bunch of other players. But hey, maybe this will teach them to be a little bit humble. So let's see what happens. There's a lot of football to play. There's a lot of games to be played. It's basically 10 countries fighting for those positions to represent South America in the World Cup. But hey, it's soccer. Anything can happen. Who knows? Maybe we'll see Peru finally back in a FIFA World Cup. Let's wrap that up for South America. Let's talk about the English Premier League. A lot of great games are going to be played. We have Newcastle versus Manchester United. We have Chelsea versus Southampton. Arsenal versus Man City. The teacher versus the student. Obviously, Pep Guardiola and Arteta are set to face off once again. Let's remember that Arsenal under Arteta beat Pep Guardiola's Manchester City in the semi-final at Wembley not so long ago for the FA Cup. We have Tottenham versus West Ham. Bale returns to Tottenham, officially, hopefully making his debut after being cleared from injury. And we'll talk more about that. Everton versus Liverpool, the Merseyside Derby. I don't know about you guys, but this is the one I'm actually looking forward to. The Merseyside Derby. Let's kick it off there. The Merseyside Derby. Why is it called the Merseyside Derby? Simple. It's two teams in Liverpool. Everton is not a city. Everton is actual team in Liverpool. So, hence the Merseyside Derby. Blue versus red, however you want to see it. Liverpool, the actual title holders for the English Premier League. And Everton. The noisy neighbor. The noisy neighbor. But, hey, Everton is in first place in the English Premier League. A lot of people would say it's a surprise. But when you actually bring in a manager like Carlo Ancelotti and support him and let him do what Carlo Ancelotti does, this is what happens. And yeah, their breakout sensation is James, like a lot of people are claiming to be. James obviously is a top world-class player, and obviously there was no doubt in my mind that he was going to do great in the English Premier League. I know a lot of experts or a lot of people were kind of iffy about him. How's he gonna be? How's he gonna react to the pressure and the physical play of the English player, the English Premier League? And James has proved them wrong. And if you've seen the games, that he's done his talking in the field. James Rodriguez obviously stand out and great player for Everton, but here's my standout player. My standout player for Everton is Calvert-Lewin. Who's Calvert-Lewin? For those who don't know, Calvert-Lewin is an English striker. And he's been on a roll, guys. So I don't know if you guys can appreciate that, but he's been on a roll, scoring in every game. Scored the only goal which gave Everton the victory over Tottenham. Calvert-Lewin scored the first goal. Follow up by the next game, scoring a hat trick. And then scoring goal after goal and after goal. And he has 6 goals to his name for Everton and under Carlo Ancelotti. And Carlo Ancelotti has this. We've seen it in the past where he brings out the best out of his players. And one of those being obviously James, playing under Carlo Ancelotti in Real Madrid, where obviously he played most of the time until he fell out of favor Zidane. But Calvert-Lewin has been essential for Everton, and I think that's where it's going to be. I think this game is actually going to boil down to not only the midfield play, but the finish and the definition of their strikers. Obviously, Mane had the scare with COVID-19, so hopefully we get to see him. Hopefully he's fit. Hopefully there's nothing wrong with him, and he'll be able to play in the Merseyside Derby. I honestly think if Mane plays, then it's going to cause Everton's defense a little bit more of a problem. Yes, Liverpool has Mo Salah and Firmino, but the top player right there to me is Sadio Mane. I think he's the most dangerous out of the three of them. So if Liverpool manages to have them there up front, then those three can be lethal, and anything can happen. Down to the midfield, I mean, if Thiago Alcantara is able to play, and this is something we see, something I've noticed. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but Jurgen Klopp makes these great signings, but he's known. He's very known to, hey, I bring in a signing, and I don't really care who you are, but you're not gonna play right away, and you just want to pick at his mind and say why. Thiago Alcantara only played a couple minutes in his debut a couple weeks back, and I for one thought Thiago Alcantara was gonna be in the starting 11, but hey, Jurgen Klopp has always done that, so there's no surprise that Thiago might not start. But it'll boil down to the forwards. It's gonna be a physical game, obviously. The English play, fast pace, long balls, a lot of end to end, and honestly, I think Everton's gonna win this one. I don't think they're going to slip up against Liverpool. I don't think Liverpool is back to playing their strong soccer, how they were last year, dominating. But I'm just going to give Everton the benefit of the doubt that under Carlo Ancelotti, with the help of James and obviously their up front, Calvert-Lewin, I think, and I'm giving this Merseyside derby to Everton. I think Everton will win, and I'm giving them a 2-1 victory. So put it down there. It's in the books. Everton will beat Liverpool 2-1. And should be a great game. So let's go into Tottenham versus West Ham. Tottenham, to me, under Jose Mourinho, obviously one of the best managers in the world. I think they found their identity in him, and I think Mourinho has actually created a new culture for Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, Jose Mourinho is getting the backing of the board in Tottenham. Obviously, the new signings have came in, and obviously, the talk of the town obviously is Gareth Bale, who actually is on loan from Real Madrid. Who is actually set to make his debut once again for Tottenham this Saturday against West Ham. So looking forward to that. And Tottenham has been great. Tottenham have been playing great football. They're high pressing. Obviously, what we saw, a high press and fast paced soccer against Manchester United, which they won 6-1. I think obviously West Ham is gonna be no match for them, so I'm gonna give this to Tottenham. I'm gonna predict that Kane and Song obviously are both gonna score, and we're gonna see Gareth Bale fast pace on the wing, providing assists and getting a brace himself. So I'm gonna give it 4-0. Tottenham 4, West Ham 0. Let's see what happens there. Arsenal versus Manchester City. El maestro contra el estudiante. The teacher versus the student. And I say that with all due respect to Arteta. I think Pep Guardiola's Manchester City are coming off a rough start, only getting one victory out of 3 games. And I just think Manchester City is so inconsistent right now, and defensively they're just everywhere. You just don't know what to expect. You'll see a different starting back four, and I just think Pep Guardiola is trying to see what works out for him there. Their inconsistency and it's obviously you can see it in their form. And let me make a parenthesis here. And if you go to our end-to-end Instagram page, there's a post that I did. There's a post there that says Messi actually won the Champions League for Pep Guardiola. So in other words, this Pep, as much as a lot of people like to think he's a great manager or the best manager in the world, I honestly think his system just doesn't work at Manchester City. His system just, there's flaws in it. And I think if Pep was so great, he would have won Champions League with Bayern Munich and Manchester City. But let's close the parentheses there. Arteta has done a great job turning everything around with Arsenal, finding an identity, finding that push, how to push his players. And I think all the players have responded to him, have responded great. And that proves that they're behind Arteta's tactics and behind Arteta's game plan. And it's something great. I think my prediction for this one is I'm giving it to Arsenal 3-2. Let's remember Manchester City is in a poor form, and I think Arteta is going to capitalize on that. Obviously, working under Pep Guardiola, knowing a little bit of how he works and how the system works, how the tiki-taka system works, which is, to me, horrible. And I think Arteta is going to pull another victory for the Gunners, and it should be a good game. Fast pace, but let's always remember with Sterling there and Kevin De Bruyne, Manchester City is going to have some possession, obviously. Most of Pep Guardiola's teams like possession and like to have the ball. But I think Arsenal's going to sit back, relax, let it play out, and have that fast-paced counterattacks. Have that, and let's hope they capitalize in every situation they have. And I honestly think Arsenal will take this game. So, like I said, my prediction for this is Arsenal wins 3-2. Manchester United versus Newcastle. Pretty simple. I'm going to say straightforward. I'm not going to dwell too much on it. Steve Bruce versus Ole, which are the managers. Steve Bruce for Newcastle, Ole for Manchester United. Tactically, I'm going to give this to Steve Bruce. So with that being said, to be honest with you, I mean, I think Manchester United has lost their identity. Manchester United have lost their identity under all these new coaches. Beside Jose Mourinho, which actually he did coach Manchester United and actually won three trophies in his time there being. But Manchester United is not the same. Not the same Manchester United in the 90s and in the early 2000s. Obviously, the Beckhams, the Roy Keanes, Gary Neville, Van der Sar, Peter Schmeichel, Dwight York. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was in that winning treble season in 1999. But they lost the fighting spirit. They lost their style of play. And I really, really wish, just because I remember watching them growing up, I really do hope Manchester United gets back to that. But it's going to be very hard, and I just don't see that happening. The top four, I don't see them being in the top four this coming season. Obviously, with Tottenham and Leicester City playing well, I think this season Manchester United won't end up being in the top four. Maybe they'll reach Europa League, but I'm giving this game to Newcastle 2-1 just for the simple fact that I think it's going to be very hard for the players to hop back from that 6-1 defeat by Tottenham. And Ole has his work cut out for him, and let's see what happens. Chelsea versus Southampton. Frank Lampard. Here's my thing, and I said this last in the first episode. Yes, Chelsea has a great team on paper in terms of great signings. Obviously, Christian Pulisic hopefully is fully fit and is able to make a return, which we all would like to see that. I think everybody that supports the U.S. men's national team wants to see that, wants to see Christian Pulisic play. I think he brings life to the team on the left wing, and I think if Frank obviously opens his eyes, and I say this with all honesty, I think where Chelsea forgot to invest is in a manager. Yes, I like the whole give the player a chance to coach, and we see it with Juventus, obviously giving Pirlo a chance. But I don't think everyone's a Zidane. I don't think everyone is a Pep Guardiola even, because they had very good first seasons, obviously winning seasons. But I just don't see Frank Lampard is a good fit for Chelsea. I think with the money that they invested, the talent that they have, and everyone that's in there, I think they need a better coach. They need a better manager. They need someone with more with better tactics. And with all due respect, Frank, you were a great player. A great player in the Chelsea team, obviously playing under Jose Mourinho as well. But you gotta go, man. I think he has to go. So, and if you don't agree with me, that's great. But to be honest with you, I don't think Frank is a great manager. But hey, Mendy, the new signing, the new goalkeeper, which obviously was brought in by Frank to replace Kepa, is injured. So hey, guess what? Kepa is set to make his return back as a starting goalkeeper for Chelsea, which is good to a certain extent. Kepa kept the clean sheet, which he hasn't been doing a lot for Chelsea, but let's see how that plays out. And hey, maybe Frank is gonna say no and bring in Willy Caballero. You never know. Southampton has been a team who's always produced surprises for the top four teams, and I just don't see it happen this time. Even though I don't like Frank, even though I think Chelsea is a little bit overrated, I think Chelsea's going to be too strong for the Southampton team. So I'm actually going to give this game to Frank Lampard and Chelsea. I think they're going to win 3-1. So let's see what happens there. So that being said, the predictions we're going Newcastle versus Manchester United. We're giving Newcastle the victory 2-1. Simple fact that I think Steve Bruce tactically is a better manager than Ole. Chelsea versus Southampton. Chelsea being too powerful, obviously. Chelsea is going to take the victory. Arsenal versus Manchester City. I am going for the student here. I think Arteta will actually win 3-2 against his old team, Manchester City. Simple fact, I think they're gonna expose that left wing, where Manchester City has been a little bit more inconsistent this year. Tottenham Hotspurs versus West Ham United. I'm giving this game obviously to Tottenham. 4-0. Everton versus Liverpool. We're giving the game to Everton. So the Merseyside Derby is actually going to be blue this year. So let's see what happens. You just never know with the English Premier League. You can always predict one thing and you always think, hey, this is going to happen, or Liverpool's going to win, or, Manchester City is going to dominate. But it's soccer. And that's the beauty of it. You just don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what the outcome is going to be. La Liga kicks off as well. Return. You're gonna see Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid play their games. Serie A obviously kicking off, and the French League as well. We'll talk more about that in next episodes. But enjoy the games this weekend, guys. Enjoy them. If you have some time, watch them, or DVR, just record them and see it. We're in for a treat. If you're a soccer fan, if you're someone that enjoys it, you can't miss these games. You can't miss them. Try to make some time and watch them. I'll see you guys next week. I'll see you guys after Sunday's games, and let's see how the predictions went. If you guys agree with me, don't agree with me, hey, do me a favor, drop it there. Drop it on the comments. Put it down. If you think I don't know what I'm talking about, hey, I want to hear you say I don't know what I'm talking about, which is great. I'll have you on the show. We can talk about it. We can talk about our differences. Hey, Madrid to me are the best team is the best team in the world, and I don't think you can change my mind on that. But hey, let's go ahead. Let's have a discussion on a bunch of things. Don't forget to click like, subscribe. Gonna be here back again after Sunday's games, and we're gonna see how the predictions went, and we're gonna see how everything went. So everything's gonna unfold this weekend. Enjoy the games, enjoy the beautiful game. Thank you for tuning in, guys, and I'm Pablo, and this was episode 2 of End to End. Take care, guys.